Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be doing a drugstore first impression, and basically every makeup item that I'm going to use is going to be drugstore except for my eye primer. So I'm really excited about this. I went to Walgreens. I also went to Target, but I kind of just consolidated everything into one bag so it'd be easier. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got, and then we'll get into applying the makeup. So I got the Super Sizer mascara from CoverGirl. I'm so excited about this because I've heard really good reviews from almost everyone that I've seen. So really excited to try that out. Plus I needed a new mascara anyway, so I'm glad I got that. I also wanted to try the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible. And I actually have kind of dry skin, but I made sure I prepped my face by moisturizing beforehand. And also sometimes when I wear face makeup my skin gets oily, so I don't know, that's weird. So I wanted to try the Infallible foundation. I got a Nutrogena Healthy Skin blush, and I'm gonna go through the shades when I'm putting each individual product on. I just wanted to show y'all in the beginning. And then I got an eyeshadow, which is from L'Oreal. And then I got a bronzer from Milani. It's like cool. And then I got a NYX soft matte lip cream. So those are all the items that I got, and let's go ahead and start the first impression. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with priming my eyes. The only non-drugstore thing I'm going to use is this primer. But for me, if I don't prime my eyes, honestly, like, my eyeshadows crease or fade away within 30 minutes. I have really oily eyelids, so I always have to prime my eyes. Let me get a mirror. So usually I would put my MAC Lay and Low pigment on top of this, but I really want to see what the eyeshadow is like on its own. So I'm not going to use my paint pot. I'm just going to go ahead and go in with the eyeshadow. And how do you open this? Okay, let's open this without trying to break, or without breaking my nails. I even waited until filming this video to open this stuff, so I don't know if that was a good idea, but I didn't want to be chip my nail. Dang it. I didn't want to be tempted to like swatch anything because I wanted to see what it was like for the first time on camera. Technical difficulties. Also, really quick, sorry if my hair looks like gross or anything. I just washed it and it's air drying, and usually it air dries nice because I'm half Asian, but I don't know, it's kind of weird today, so sorry. But again, back to the eyeshadow. We are going to use the L'Oreal Paris eyeshadow in Sunset Cyan. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, so one thing that's annoying about the packaging is, maybe it's just me, but when I tried to rip it off, like the whole thing came off, so now I don't know what number it is, but that's okay. I can just reference this video if I need to. Okay, so this is what the eyeshadow looks like. It's a nice gold color. Let's go ahead and swatch it. Okay, so it feels soft, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna be like incredibly pigmented on the eyes. It looks pretty right there, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use my fingers. It's swatching okay, but let's go ahead and see what it's like on the eyes. And not to sound like a priss, but I'm really picky with drugstore eyeshadows. Usually I don't buy drugstore eyeshadows. I like the Wet n Wild's like 6-pan and like the 3-pan, but everything else I don't really like, so let's go. And I don't mean to flip you off, but I just put it on my middle finger. Okay, do y'all see that? that's not, like, this is not pigmented enough for me. It looks pretty on camera. And it doesn't, it's actually a really pretty color in real life, but it doesn't feel as easy to apply on the lid as other shadows that I use with my fingers. So let's just blend this. It is pretty. I actually really like this color. It's really like warm. It reminds me of Simba when he's like, what color are you? Why are you so blue? Or something. What is it? No, Timon and Pumbaa, one of them is like, he looks blue. Oh, Timon is like, he looks blue. And then Pumbaa is like, I'd say brownish gold. And I think I told y'all, but I was like obsessed with The Lion King. Sorry if I'm out of frame. When I was little. And so brownish gold was my favorite color. Not even kidding. But, okay, so this is a pretty color. I'm actually going to apply it with a brush on the other side to see if basically to see if there's a difference in how they apply. And we're just gonna pick up some of the product. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say about the eyeshadow. For some reason I feel like it's hard to like pick up color, and maybe I'm just used to like the super pigmented eyeshadows where you pick it up and there's like fallout everywhere. But this is interesting. There's like not fallout with this. Okay, so I really tried to pack it on my brush. And let's go ahead and just put that on our eye and see if there's a difference than using our finger. So, okay, so I'm not seeing, honestly, I'm really not seeing much of a difference, but I haven't compared the two. Oh, yeah, actually, I don't know if y'all can tell on camera, but I feel like with the brush, it packs on more color. I don't know, maybe that's like an obvious thing, but okay, so we're gonna kind of put it in our crease. We'll blend it with another brush in a second. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over this one with the brush. So interesting, I like this color. This eyeshadow isn't bad. It's not as like pigmented and like easy to apply. I kind of feel like I had to like tug at my eye when I was putting it on with my finger, but really it's not bad. It's a really pretty color. I really like the color. Before we move on to foundation, I have to blend this out. I have to. Crazy pigmented, but it is a really pretty color and it's a really nice wash of color. You know, I never thought I would actually like a wash of color. Normally I like intense eyeshadow, but this is nice. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation, Infallible, and I'm in the shade 106 Sun Beige. But honestly, I wish that you could test foundations out at the drugstore, because I'm just guessing if this is too light, that's why I got a bronzer, but if it's too dark, then we'll just have to deal with it. Okay, I'm gonna use my beauty blender to apply it, my damp one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in and see how I like it. Isn't perfect, but that's not the foundation's fault, it's like my fault, but it has pretty good coverage. Yeah, it has pretty good coverage. I think this color is actually gonna oxidize. I might be like really dark after this video, so maybe I don't even need bronzer. It has really good coverage. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. I kind of like the matte finish, to be honest. Okay, so the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush that I'm gonna use is in the shade rosy. It looks like a really pretty color, so definitely excited to try that. And I don't know if y'all can see, but I think this foundation is like too dark for me, but let's go ahead and swatch it. Ooh, okay. It's right in the middle. It is a little bit powdery, but it's not too much, you know? This is actually a really pretty color, so I'm excited to try it. So I'm just gonna take a big brush like this, get some blush. Yeah, there's definitely fallout. That's okay. And tap off the excess. And we're just gonna put it on our cheeks. That's pretty. It's really, really subtle. It might not be the right color for me, but I like colors like that. I like subtle blushes, so I like it so far. But it's, I wish y'all could see, like, well, I can't see the powder flying, but it's actually like really, really powdery. I do like this blush though. It's like a flush of color. I don't know how long it'll stay, but we'll see. Yeah, okay, so I actually really like that blush. It's a beautiful color. I really hope it's showing off on camera. I hope it's not too bright, but it's really, really subtle, but it's pretty. And I love blushes that are this color, and I like it when it's subtle because I have a lot of redness to my skin. So something that just gives me like a nice, like flush is perfect. So I'm gonna have to change my pants because I'm just wiping my swatches on my pants. I got this Milani bronzer. Whew. And I really want to try it because it really reminds me of like my favorite bronzer from Hourglass. Here it is in comparison to the Hourglass one. And the Hourglass one, I'll go ahead and swatch it. They look really similar. This is, well, not really. This is the Hourglass, this is the Milani. I will say the Hourglass one is way more smooth and more finely milled. Like, I feel like the Milani one, no, actually, the Milani one does have like gold glitter in it, so. Okay, I'm just gonna try it because I want to, and I got it, so obviously I might as well try it. And we'll just see how it works. Gosh, I don't need too much. But there is flecks of glitter in this, so be warned if you don't go for that. You know, I might have to use it on a day that I don't use blush just to see like the actual effect. And it would actually be a really pretty look with this eyeshadow and just like bronzer. It'd be really nice and sun-kissed. The mascara that I'm gonna use is CoverGirl the Supersizer, and I've been sticking all my other stickers on here, so sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, I've seen pictures and videos of the wand, but it's like a lot. Focus, please. Okay, there we go. It's like a lot smaller in person. Like, I knew the bristles were gonna be short, but these are really, really short. Okay, I'm actually so excited to try this. Wow, right off the bat, it's separating and lengthening. And with these tiny little bristles, you really feel like you're getting every single lash. I'm like seriously impressed by this mascara. Wow, like I never curl my eyelashes. If you've seen my videos, you know that, but this even like just gets them straight from the root. And do you see how it just like curves your lashes up? Oh my gosh, and this is just one coat. What? I'm like seriously impressed by this mascara. Okay, so that was one coat, and as you can see, it separated my lashes. It kind of fanned them out, and it gave them a nice curl. And there's a decent amount of volume. Wow, this is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye. Also, just forewarning, this eye, y'all understand, this eye isn't as good. Like, my eyelashes aren't as good as this. Bleh, my eyelashes aren't as good on this eye as the other one, so if it doesn't get the same effect, that's why. You all have that one that's like, damn you, eye. Okay. So, this is the mascara. Wow. So my first impression on this is, it's amazing. I think I already showed you the wand. But oh my gosh, this is after one use. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. It really lifts and separates my eyelashes. That's amazing. So I really like this, and I'm excited to see how it performs like as time goes on. So NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. And this is in the shade Stockholm. It's a pretty color. It's actually pretty dark, and I'm not a huge fan of dark, so it just looks like this. But I'm excited to try these. I think I've heard good things. Like, that sounds so sketchy, you think you heard, but I do. I have some residual lip balm from earlier, like after I showered. Oh. Ooh, this smells good. Okay. Oh wow, it's not that dark at all. Okay. That's a pretty color. It feels, okay, just by putting it on now, it really feels like hydrating. Wow. I like this color. Like, let's just hold up. I know colors look different on everyone, but this, maybe it's looking lighter on camera, but in person, this looks pretty dark. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm excited that I found this stuff. Okay. Okay, so final thoughts as of now. I'm actually really happy with everything that I purchased, and I honestly, like, don't mean to sound like a snob, but with eyeshadow and foundation, I usually always stick to high end. Just because I've never, well, I had one drugstore foundation, but that was like years ago, and I never really wore face makeup back then. But oh my gosh, like, obviously I buy drugstore mascara, drugstore eyeliner, drugstore lip products, but I'm really, really impressed with this. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. Hey y'all, so here is my first check-in. L'Oreal eyeshadow. This is such a pretty color, but it just creased. I hope you guys can see. The eyeshadow has really creased on my left eye, and on my right eye, it's okay. I do always have problems on my left eye when it creases, like with eyeshadows creasing. But, this is pretty bad. Okay, so honestly, the foundation is holding up pretty well. Again, I already mentioned that I have dry skin, but sometimes when I wear face makeup, my skin gets oily. So I am slightly oily in my T-zone area, but I'm fine with that. It's a natural glow. But overall, the foundation held up really well. The only problem is this foundation, number one, it was too dark to begin with, but number two, it oxidized like a lot, which I don't think it's showing up on camera, but this foundation oxidizing caused the blush to oxidize as well. But you can kind of tell, like, foundation is a lot darker in my neck. I have other foundations, so I don't really need this, but I do think it's a good drugstore foundation. Blush, the Nutrogena Healthy Skin Blush. A pretty blush, honestly. I love the color. I mean, I've already showed it to you. It's a really pretty color. It gives a nice, like, wash of color to the skin. But, you know what I was thinking? During the day, I think I have another drugstore blush like this. So let me go get it really quick. L'Oreal in the color Innocent Blush. Okay, so this is Innocent Blush, and this one is the Neutrogena. So they are different, but when I think about it, these both on the skin give the same effect. It's a nice sheer wash of color. It brightens up your face in a really subtle way. So I like these, but I wouldn't buy this again because I already have this. But it's not a bad blush. I mean, it didn't last a very long time, but it was okay. It's pretty, I like it, but if you already have the True Match blush, I really wouldn't go for the L'Oreal one. Bronzer from Milani. I mentioned this already, but I didn't apply a ton of it. So I'm not, you know, too comfortable with giving like a full review of it, but honestly, I like my Hourglass bronzer better. Lip product, you can barely see it. I put the lip product on around 11, and then I, you know, ran errands, ate, and when it faded, it actually left a pretty lip line. I put another lip product that was more moisturizing later in the day, but it left a pretty lip line, and it didn't fade too bad. It didn't flake away like some matte lips do. So I do like the lip product, although it's kind of tricky with application. It looks nice and smooth, but when you get up close, your lips kind of look wrinkled. I don't know, but it was a pretty color. I was fine with that. The mascara, I'll zoom back in, sorry, is awesome. If you see me looking to the side, I'm looking at my viewfinder, but my lashes are still long, curled. I don't have any flaking from the mascara at all. And this one like black line was from me in the beginning applying it. So I really like the mascara. Okay, so my final thoughts are, I would definitely recommend the mascara. It's amazing, it's so good. And I would also recommend the foundation. Even though I wouldn't repurchase it, it's only because I have foundation already that I love. But if you're looking for a drugstore foundation, I really do think this one is good. I don't have it with me because I put it in my purse, but I would also recommend the NYX Butter Lip Cream. So I'd recommend those three. I would pass on the others because I just didn't think they were that great. But yeah, those are just my opinions. And I think it's really interesting because when I first applied the products this morning, I was really excited about all of them, even the eyeshadow. I think I mentioned that it wasn't the best quality I've used, but I do like the wash of color. And I do like the wash of color, but the fact that I can get the same effect with other eyeshadows makes it not worth it. And the fact, again, which I mentioned, that if you keep buying those little eyeshadows, each one is $6, you might as well just get like a $36 Too Faced palette. I mean, those are great. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful for you. I know for me, it's interesting seeing initial reactions to products and then later check-ins with products. So again, I hope this is helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.